Niggas be playing, yeah. Industry games, yeah. Rapping, but they not in love with it. Think it's a shame, yeah. I'm about to pop on some other shit. Think it's a game. They don't control where I land. Royal flush, nigga, the cards in my hand. Tryna stack all these M's. All of my idols is friends. Came to the fight with some Tims. Will I lit up, it depends. Been through the struggle, I don't run from trouble, no breaking. I just wanna win. Don't be defeated, I'm hella conceited. I ride on that beat like a band. Yeah. I am the one from the stories that got you excited. Rhythmic flow is ignited. How it's so easy for her to recite it. Can do this shit while I'm asleep, cause I write it. Watch all these niggas be so quick to bite it. I let them in, but they'll never be quiet. Imitation is just inspiration. If you feel like taking, just be sure that you cite it. I'm a trippy nigga with a different aura. I admit the vision had to start with the supporters. Had a premonition, had to get the shit in order. And I'm finna take it off, go all with supporters. I been counted out for too damn long. Like I couldn't take the crown with 2 damn songs. All up in the booth with no home training. Please give me a count of 2 damn songs, yeah. Niggas be playing, yeah. Industry games, yeah. Rapping, but
you're listening to Power Plug Radio. Home of your throwback jams.
What's up, family? Man. Oh my goodness. What's up? What's up? Welcome to another episode of Bits of Tea, you guys, where we are going to be sharing perspectives and concepts in support of living in wholeness and liberation. Okay, you may laugh, you may cry, but we hope you leave inspired.
Yo, that was off the top of the dome.
I'm telling you,
we just went over that.
Because girl, it's supposed to be up.
We just went over that in like 30 minutes ago.
We did. But y'all, before we get into the tea, catch us live on YouTube. Make sure you share and subscribe to that channel at Power Plug Radio. Follow us on Instagram at Power Plug Radio and download the app via the Apple Store and or Google Play.
Yes.
I hit it on the head. I was ready for this.
You was born ready. You was born ready.
Oh my goodness.
We're
okay,
back.
So it feels so good to be back, y'all. We've been enjoying the holidays and just spending time with family. So let's dive in deep before we get into the tea. Like, how are you, Queen Jade?
I am well. 2022 has kicked in full gear.
And okay. I mean full gear.
Amazing. So when the clock struck 12, I was asleep, just saying. I was asleep at the house sleeping.
But no, we got cute though. We really did. We popped the bubbly. The kid was like lit off of the sparkling grape juice though. Wow. She was like, "Can I have another cup?" I'm like, "Girl, you hype. Go ahead and get another cup." Shoot, it's New Year's. Really, yeah. But we did. We got dressed up and we hung out in the house and we went to bed at an appropriate time because we was tired and
we didn't watch nothing drop.
We didn't.
Fell asleep.
They still do that? They still be?
I have no idea.
I don't know. We don't own a TV. I have no idea. Yeah. But let's talk about like the holidays though. Like, how was the holidays?
So this year, like we didn't go to my in-laws, but the in-laws came. Your in-laws, your mom, your dad,
my mom and my sisters
came down.
Your in-loves,
my in-loves, yes, they came down.
Yes, yes, and
that was an experience.
It was truly, truly, truly an experience, and we're gonna give you guys the why on on why it was such an experience. So, shout out to our producer Jam.
Man,
we love her.
Jiggity jam, jam, jam.
And shout out to our manager AD in the building. You feel me?
Yeah.
But Queen Jam had asked a beautiful question on another episode that I actually want to go into today because it actually happened to us. Like, girl, no, you didn't ask that question, and it came up in my reality. So the question was, are the holidays an appropriate time to have?
Or bring up issues. Are
the holidays an appropriate time to bring up issues?
Right.
To bring up the things that, that people don't want to talk about but need to talk about.
Right.
And so on that episode, I said no. And I still stand strong on that no, but I have a clear reason why I am at a no.
Yeah.
So my family is absolutely beautiful. I love, 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 love my peoples. Shout out to my family. However, what I noticed is that the holidays are triggering for a lot of people for a lot of different reasons. And when it comes to talking about things that are in support of our healing and liberation, right? There's some harsh truths that must be acknowledged first. And if someone is just not in a place of acknowledgement, the conversation is going to go left.
Right.
It's going to go left. And so just being in the midst of my own beautiful family and just still being aware and conscious of who I am, I realized that I'm in a different place and that they don't necessarily know who I am.
They truly don't.
They don't know who I am. Mm-hmm. They knew the
essence of you a long time ago.
Right. They knew who I was.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? With the conditioning and everything that I had been born into, but they don't necessarily know who I am right now. And the reason why I know that is because I am still getting to know myself. Mm-hmm. I get to know myself every single day. And so it's not possible for anybody else to know who I am before I know who I am. You know what I'm saying? So I'm finding myself. And so, you know, being in the midst of my family just really showed me how much I've grown as a person.
Yeah.
As far as like my thoughts, my beliefs, you know what I'm saying? My emotions. Like I used to be I'm still so emotional. I was about to say, I used to be, girl, you was just crying today. Stop. You was just crying today.
Yeah, can you turn it?
Cut it out. I don't know. What was I saying just now?
You was crying.
I was crying.
You was emotional.
Yeah. So I was
vulnerable too.
Right. I was vulnerable. So I was vulnerable, but back then I was not emotionally intelligent. So I was, you know, I felt as if, or I was labeled as sensitive and, always getting so upset so quickly. Like that's what they remember. They remember my sharpness, my
you had a mouth on you. That's what I always hear. You got a mouth on you.
Right.
Grown
and all the things, all the things they are. Like, because they was trying to put it on me. Like, I'm not the baby. I came last after all of y'all.
Right.
So how y'all over here, you this. And I'm like, okay, so y'all don't see it?
And you was just sitting there just observing your surroundings.
I wasn't even like responding the ways that they was like claiming me to be, which was interesting.
So how did you used to be? Like, what was some of the things? I heard some of the stories, but like, is there any, or one in particular?
I have to give y'all a disclaimer. Okay. So first of all, my mother had me at 41, right? So my oldest sister is 22 years older than me. My middle sister is 14 years older than me. So I was grown.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie.
Period.
I was grown because I was mature. I didn't have a choice. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hung out with my sisters and my cousin's friends. Like, I was that little girl that was mature and that was always in the mix. And my beautiful mother, she kept it real with us at all times. So we was gonna hear the truth from her first before we heard it out in the streets. And so when you are told things like, you can sit in the midst of grown folk, but you better keep your mouth shut and listen.
Oh, come on.
Trust me, the dialogue in the head is going off. Like,
right.
The neck rolls, the points that you make in your head, even though you a child, like all of the above. So
you a sponge, you taking it all in.
But, and I also had to grow up very fast. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom got sick at a young age. It was just her and I had to grow. And we from New York. So I was already going to the laundromat and going grocery shopping at 8. Like, that was normal life. Like, that was normal life to, like, really go down the street and, like, take the clothes to the cleaners.
So so was you carrying it or was you pushing the cart?
Girl, I had a cart.
The old lady cart.
The cart that we got at home.
Why I'm playing, right?
Right. So, we had the cart. But,
wow.
So because of all that I was born into is why I was cultivated that way. I was, quote, unquote, grown, aka mature, and yes, I had a mouth on me, but I always spoke in truth and honesty, and I think that's what always saved my ass at the end of the day, because I had a smart mouth, but I was truthful. So it's like, I'm gonna get yelled at, I know I'm gonna get in trouble, but at the end of the day, it's like I'm telling the truth.
See, you a strong black woman, because I dare say something, because the head was getting knocked off.
No, trust me and believe me, right. I never crossed that boundary. Don't get it twisted. My mom will put me 6 feet under today, and she don't even need hands. She could just use her mouth.
Right.
But so I
That's
never,
facts.
I was always a respectful child.
For sure.
But
she taught y'all manners.
The same passion that I have right now that I always exude. I've always been like that.
I think the coolest thing for you to have older sisters is that you was cultivated in amazing music. You can actually go back in some genres.
I know all the dances. Okay, I can hang out with everybody.
So that's cool. That's cool. You actually surprised me. I was like, oh, you know this? You know that?
Well, why I surprised you? Go ahead and give people the tea.
Say,
well, you put yourself on the table, so go ahead and give us the tea.
So I'm not going to do the math for you, but I was born in 1981.
You're not going to do the math for the people.
I was born in 1981.
Hold on, wait. He was taken aback.
The studio was like, what?
Where everybody
pins drop, the lights flickered. Like, is there a spirit in here? What the hell is going on?
Yes, guys. If black don't crack with a person, you are it. Okay. Yes, you 40. It's finna be 41 this year. But you know what, sis? Your telomeres is young.
The ability to let go of things.
I'm telling you,
that's what it is. I really don't hold on to anything.
Y'all take notes.
Okay, just letting go, because us as women have a tendency to hold on to a lot of things, and the women actually have a tendency to look older than the men in the relationship because of all the crap that is, that women carry.
You're right.
So I learned very quickly just to be like, okay, tomorrow's a new day. Like, I'm not going to worry about anything. So I think that has helped me, also being in sports and everything else. Muscle memory.
When I first met you, I was like, ooh, you work out? She was like, no. You ain't worked out in about 3-4 years, but you know what? Muscle memory is real.
It's a mother.
I'm telling you, it saved you.
Yeah, it's a country kid, so come on.
Right, climb up them trees.
Climbing up them trees.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's what's up.
Like, we was going back to your mom. So we were going back to the let's go back to Christmas.
Yes, Christmas. Yeah. Yes. So while I was in the midst of family, and for those of y'all new to us, we love going on tangents. So you got to be able to keep up, guys.
And we may forget some stuff, but just give us 2 minutes. And guess what?
Give us grace. Back. We all fall short of the glory. Okay?
We sure do.
But being in the midst of our family, was just a beautiful observation of like the conditioning we were all like born into. But also we got the experience to listen to mommy talk.
Man.
Oh my God. So for the first time, I literally heard stories that I'd never heard before. Like just some of the things that she experienced as a kid growing up and what she's seen. And it connected so many dots because I'm like, no wonder why she reacted or responds in this way, because this is literally how she was conditioned. Like,
mind you, mommy's 72.
She's 72.
And like strong,
and she looked good.
It looks amazing.
But she does have a lot of old beliefs and paradigms that no longer exist still playing in her head, and that's normal. A lot of older people that grew up in that time, they have those limiting ass beliefs and paradigms still going on in the background.
For sure.
And at this point, it's conditioning. Yeah. Like, the neurological pathways in the brains, they on lockdown. They're not finna be changed at this point.
Could you go back and give just a snippet of a story? It doesn't have to be a whole thing. I want the audience to know the type of conditioning we're talking about here.
Right. So for instance, let's talk about the typical.
So this is 1946.
My mom was born 1949.
49.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes. Let's talk about the. I feel like this is a plague amongst the black community. Ass whoopings.
Yeah.
Children.
True.
You know what I'm saying? We got beat
mine.
I got my fair share. Not nearly as much as my sisters did, because she was 41, calmed down, came down a little bit. But
what did you have to do? The whole go pick out your weapons? So
absolutely
that you
not.
Your ass whooped? That
absolutely not.
I
was saved through. I didn't go through. Like I said, I didn't go through any of that extra stuff that my sisters went through.
Right.
So listening to her stories though, she expressed like that she lived in a neighborhood, right? Mm-hmm. Of course, it was all black because during that time it was segregation. It was legit. Like blacks were here, whites were there,
right?
But the whole entire neighborhood, although she said that they didn't live in a bad neighborhood, they didn't live in a hood or anything, but they were in the country, like Charleston, South Carolina, or And all you do in the country, she said, was verbatim, fight like cats and dogs, and then make up and have a baby.
Literally.
Now let's go into the fight like cats and dogs piece real quick,
that's
okay? Because the fight like cats and dogs like that we see today on media,
that's
like
not
on
what
the
it
Shade
was.
Room, that's not what we talk about here. The fighting
physical
with like guns involved, okay? Like they was shooting at each other, like in the house with the kids. Like real legit, like what's that movie that we just The Harder They Fall?
The Harder They Fall. Yeah.
Has anybody ever? That movie is so good, that movie. But I can see the conditioning from if my mom was born just a couple of years right after that. I can see how the whole entire neighborhood was off of that. Like I'm pulling my gun out. I'm married to you, but I'ma kill your ass tonight.
Facts.
Period. I don't care. We got these kids. And it was like the men and the women fighting each other like that. It wasn't just like one party. It was both going ham, like on a daily basis type of thing, Mm-hmm. But it wasn't abnormal. That's the thing. She didn't speak about it like it was something wrong with it.
Right.
It was like, this is what everybody did. This is this is normal. So when she grew up, right, and she becomes a woman and she's finding herself, she moves to New York, right? She gets out of the country because she's she's outgrown that since, she was a child, because she was also grown. That's where I get it from. And it is. My family know. So she grows up, she moves to New York, and now she's she's
having
a teen
relations at this time, right? 18, 19?
Yeah.
Something like that.
No, she's a grown woman at this time.
Okay.
Like, because, back in the day, they was having babies at 15, 16. It was a different life back then. They was really grown. It was really actually, like, already living on their own. 14. And my grandmother, God bless her heart, delivered 14. I mean, delivered. No C-sections either. Like, 14 kids. Right. Can we get a moment of silence?
Yeah, right. I couldn't even say nothing. Had bead of sweat come across my forehead. I was like, wow.
So my mom grows up. She and in her experience with my father, my late father, they fought like cats and dogs.
Same
like
thing.
In my experience, they fought like cats and dogs. So I'm like,
and now
it makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. It's like she was conditioned in that.
But fight like cats and dogs and not go anywhere. That was the thing. We're not divorcing. We're not doing any of that.
Right. We're not breaking divorce.
What?
We got married in the church. What you mean divorce? We're not going to hell.
Right.
That's the limiting belief. Right. Yeah. And so for her, it's like the fighting was a part. That's love.
Right.
Like you pull your gun out on me, I know you love me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Isn't that crazy? But that's real.
That's what it was.
That's real. And so just hearing stories like that really allowed me to develop more compassion for my mother, because
absolutely
there was trauma instilled on me and my siblings from them fighting the way that they did. You know what I'm saying? And so now let's talk about my dad. My dad he's African. He was born and raised in Africa. So the culture is different. You know what I'm saying? And my family's bloodline in Africa is of like prestige.
Right.
We weren't slaves.
Right.
And so my dad didn't grow up seeing people fight like cats and dogs. You know what I'm saying? And so when he came to New York, and he was young when he came to New York, he didn't know anything. You know what I'm saying? He's naive, being cultured and things like that. And then meeting my mom. Right. You know what I'm saying? And being taught and being conditioned, with this fighting stuff and this arguing stuff, and not knowing how to knowing how to move in that space. Wow. Like, imagine not coming from a place of like fighting like cats and dogs, but coming from a third world country. And third world countries are peaceful. I know that, like, in the media, and when I say peaceful, otherwise, meaning like they work because they want to work. They don't work because they have to work. Right. Like, they don't have to work to live. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a third world country. Like, you know what I'm saying? So imagine coming from a place like that to a place where there's fighting like cats and dogs. Like, I don't know. I don't know. That just sounds like a mess.
It was a plum mess.
Right. And so hearing stories like that from my mom, and she gave us so much tea, so much tea. It was just like, yo, this makes so much sense. So I was able to develop compassion, and actually able to like just liberate my own self from my own pain and my own trauma. Right. From my own conditioning. Because you understand. I was able to see my mom outside of the mom role, and as a human being and as a person. Right. And I developed so much more gratitude because she gave me so much more than her parents gave her. And she definitely broke a lot of generational curses. You know what I'm saying?
I believe it.
She definitely did, because I'm here today the way that I am. And so even though she may not agree with everything that I do, she may not agree with my choices and the things that I believe in, she's done me a due diligence. Right. Because I am more liberated than her. And when she passes on, she will be liberated as well because of the connection. So I get to liberate her and my ancestors. You have nothing here,
nothing weighing you down, holding
nothing
you down.
Nothing at all. I love my mother with everything in me, and
the stories were amazing.
Oh my gosh, so amazing.
So many.
And the triggers are gone. Right. So like the things that used to trigger me with her back in the day are no longer. They don't exist no more. Because I have the understanding of the why. I have the root of the why. I have the root of how this outcome of how this choice was created. You know what I'm saying? And when I feel like when we have that, especially young people, when we have that, because a lot of us are becoming awake. A lot of us are coming to a lot of realizations that, our parents didn't teach us. Right. You know what I'm saying? I feel like us having that story about who they were
It doesn't.
It's a huge catalyst for our healing.
Right.
It's like therapy. You really would. You develop emotional intelligence, and you learn how to judge less. Like you literally.
That's the goal.
Like, how can I judge my mom?
Right.
Knowing that this is what she experienced as a kid. Like she was getting beat like this. Like she was getting beat. Like if that was going on today, like everybody's parents would be in jail. The CPS, everybody would be
gone. Everybody's orphans.
Everybody, because it's atrocious. It's atrocious.
We've come a long way as a people, though.
A very long way.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So
when they got here, we actually got to go to your sister's house. That was awesome.
Oh my gosh, that was
awesome.
so much fun. Yes, we went to my sister's house. My other sister surprised us and flew in.
Yeah.
Huh?
Tracy moved here.
Yeah, my older sister moved down, so it feels good to have family. But yeah, we were all together for the first time in years.
Yes.
And it was a beautiful, beautiful, fun time. Like my mom loved it. It was awesome. It was awesome. Now, could I sit and have conversations like these with them? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Because we are, we're just
setting your way. They're setting their ways.
Yeah.
And so anything that we would bring up new to them, it'd be like, what? No. They're setting their ways. They're the parents. They know what they're talking about, even if they are
I'm still the baby,
old,
even though I'm 31 and grown as hell, got a child, got a whole business out here making history. Like I don't know much.
Right. You don't know nothing.
I don't know nothing. Correction.
Right. You know nothing. So the best thing we do is just sit down and listen. Like,
and that's like we did. And that's exactly how it was. And it was beautiful. And then we were able to digest and, you and I just was able to, break some things down and just really gain some clarity on just our own things,
Because clarity is important. Like we always said, it's very important.
It is.
So, and it made me also just sit back and be like, wow, like it's just amazing. I love mommies.
Yeah.
So cool.
I was super grateful for the fact that you got to hear like other people's, but you got to hear other people's perspective on who I am.
Yes.
I'm very consistent in character. So everything that they were describing was facts.
Yes.
Like I am feisty. I am passionate. I am, I'm all these things. I'm light and dark. And that's the thing that people, I feel like they miss when you don't become aware and acknowledge all of you. Then there's a liability for you to be like offended because you just don't know certain aspects of yourself. And when somebody call you out on it, you move like what? Like what? Huh? So
I do that all the time. My bad. The phone.
What happened? Oh, you good?
Yeah, I'm good now.
Scam likely.
I remember last time like it was going off. No,
girl, they had the nerve to call us in the middle of our show.
I was
scam like what?
And the thing is, nobody calls my phone.
That's the thing. And then every time you answer the scam likely, it'd be like car warranty. Like I don't even have this car. Like what are you talking about?
I don't want the warranty.
Like I don't want the damn warranty. I don't have a Kia.
My
Come
number.
On. Like
lose my number. So there were times I feel like that mommy and a lot of like Sissy was putting you in a position, like putting you back into what they called you Connie back in the day, put you back there.
Yeah.
And at times I would look over and be like, okay, she's going to respond or react, but you never did, which was great. I love that.
Because it didn't resonate anymore. So funny story. So my full name, I have a very long name. I was named after my dad and my grandmother. It's like an African tradition.
Right.
So my first name is Emmanuel. My middle name is Coney. And then I got a long last name, right? And so when I was born, my sisters did not like, y'all listen to this, my sisters did not like the pronunciation of my name, right? So they decided to call me Connie.
Right.
That they Americanized it. No problem. I rocked with that for years. Like literally half of my family, my mom and my dad call me Coney. A lot of my family members call me Coney, half of them call me Connie, whatever, right? I always responded to both. But because they did not like the pronunciation of my name, I did not like the pronunciation of my name.
Oh,
and because I did not like the pronunciation of my name, guess what? I didn't like a whole bunch of other stuff about myself. And this is the conditioning that we are born into that is not tangible to the eye, to the naked eye, okay? And when things like this happen, guess what? Cognitive distortions
are
created. You have filters over your eyes, okay? You have limiting beliefs now running in your reality, and now you're creating certain outcomes that are just undesirable. And so
It starts there.
it starts all there. So this is all they didn't know.
They didn't.
This was innocent. This is unconscious, innocent movement. There's no intention behind this. They didn't not like the pronunciation of my name because I was a bad person. It was just something they wasn't used to hearing. Like, they're from New York. They're American. You know what I'm saying? So, that's all that it was. However, that created so many years of, like, me not liking certain aspects of myself, including my name. My name, right? So I didn't like the pronunciation of my name. That turned into, I don't like my right hand. I don't like my finger on my right hand. I'm not pretty.
Everything
not
just
good
kept
enough.
going.
Like,
Yeah,
all
I'm
these
unworthy.
limiting
Yep.
ass, unworthy beliefs
The spiral.
are created now because of energy. It's all of its energy. We put people in boxes all the time, as well as liberate them. And it happens just with a thought. And then once it's spoken out, the words carry
the power.
vibrations. That's it. It's done. It's done. So yes, they still call me Connie, even though they know my name is Coney. And they still, like, who Connie was, like, who I was, my old identity was, into the world, I used to drink, you know what I'm saying? Partying, I still cuss like a sailor because cuss words give my stories pizzazz. But I
always
cuss with
do.
intention, though,
Right.
Before I was just cussing to be reckless. Like, I was
Right.
just being sharp with my words for no reason.
Just to hurt somebody, yeah.
Exactly. Well, it was
Yeah,
for a reason, right? Because I
yeah.
was already
'Cause you was
hurt.
Yeah. Hurt people hurt people.
And then always, the attitude, the New York passion, the I'm gonna be loud, blah, 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 like all of that mess.
Oh, you still loud though.
Okay. She be getting on me all the time because I be like, I hold the phone
how
this
she
close to me
answers
because
the
I feel
phone?
like
How she
they
answers the
can't hear me
phone?
if it's all the way over here.
Hello. I'm like, whoa. Can we tone that down just
She be
1
asking me to
second?
leave the store. I'm like, am I really that loud?
Yes, I'm like,
Am I really
excuse
that loud?
me.
Because I don't feel like I am.
You
but
are.
I must be.
Yeah. When you walk in somewhere and everybody turns and looks at you, and I'm like,
See, I don't notice the people
Yeah.
look because everybody
Yeah.
always look at me. I'm cute, so that's the thing. That's what happens when you cute. You get people
No,
to
you
stare at you all
loud.
the time. Don't act like
You
y'all
just
don't,
being
people don't be
loud.
staring at y'all because we all look good in this room.
facts.
And you ain't never feel like, damn, why is everybody looking at me? Forgetting that you fine. So I don't notice that, when
When
I'm
I'm something
loud.
in your teeth, so who knows?
Huh?
You said you might have had something in your teeth though.
What you talking about?
You remember you said everybody looking at you because you look good, but
Oh.
you might have had something in your teeth.
Girl, no, you don't let me, you don't try me like that. You don't let me walk
Nah,
out
you
the street
can't,
and try me like that and see what happened.
Ain't nobody doing that.
Right, because you don't want it done to you.
sure
That's
don't.
something that's your worst nightmare. But let's go into that real quick. Why is it so hard for people to tell somebody else when they got something in their teeth? Like, y'all just be letting people out
That's
here. I
facts.
don't do that. I'm gonna let you know. If you got a wedgie, you got some, you got a slap mark down the ass crease, I'm gonna let you know. Like,
Yeah,
I
that
don't
was
want you-
that was an experience right there.
you,
Somebody
but you
had
did it. You
one,
overcame
yeah.
you
I
did it.
I
You did it. You was like, you know what? I gotta tell him.
I gotta
can't let
tell
him
him
walk
he can't
out.
walk
I can't
out
let him
and
walk
go
out
to
with the
another
sweat.
meeting with that sweat on his booty.
Ain't gonna do
Couldn't
it.
do it. Go
He a
home and
brother too.
change.
He a brother. We
Yeah, go
family.
home and change.
Go change your pants, sir.
Right now.
I know it's hot. I know you worried about your rent and stuff, but you know.
Go change them
Go
khaki
change-
pants. Put some black ones on. Okay. Right. Ain't nobody playing.
Right.
Yeah, but that's true. Like, I don't know why it's hard. I think it's just because, you don't want to embarrass the person.
Yeah.
That's all it is. You just like, dang. But I'd rather be embarrassed because one person told me and then you already known that you done spoke to about 10, 15 different people and they ain't told you.
Right.
So,
That's
wow.
horrible.
You know what I'm saying? Now, tell me at the gate.
True.
Period.
True. Yeah. So going back to Jam's question, are the holidays an appropriate time to have tough conversations with your family members? I would say no if you
They're not
can.
ready.
I mean, if you are the one feeling this way, like in your family,
Right.
you're going to be able to feel if your family members have the capacity for that conversation. You're going to be able to feel it in your body. Okay, your body will tell you. Your gut, your stomach will tell you.
know.
If
You know.
you want to break up a conversation and you got butterflies, you feel like you got a boo boo all of a sudden, then that may not be the right
That
time to
might
bring
not
it
be.
up. It may not be the right time, But if you feel confidently, like this is a good time to bring up a conversation. If you feel like your peoples, can handle it, then yeah, we don't celebrate the holidays. We don't celebrate Christmas or anything like that. So, it's another day at the end of the day. But with our family, we did
Propaganda.
realize propaganda. But we realized that they just they wasn't in a space for that type of conversation. They was in a space to just be around each other, be, you know, just
be around
having a good time, having a good time.
And it was
nobody
no
wanted
use of
to
getting
acknowledge,
upset.
right? Nobody was in the mood to like acknowledge anything, because you know these conversations will bring up feelings. Even if you're the one wanting to initiate it, and you feel like you know you got a strong hold on your emotions, you are still going to be triggered. You are still going to be moved. Okay,
Yes.
you're still going to feel some type of way because you're still healing. This is a continuous journey. We're going to be healing, or you know, evolving, I should say, till the day we die. Like
Right.
growth is continuous.
Right.
Right?
It's constant.
It's constant.
Yes.
Yeah. So
If you choose to stay stuck in the mud, then you're gonna be stuck there
right, and you're gonna be stuck there by yourself.
by yourself.
So yeah. One thing my sister, okay, so going on another tangent, right?
Let's do it.
So my sister, my older sister, all my sisters look good, one. But my older sister, she she's back on her BS. Like she's ready to get back healthy. She's ready to get back,
New year, new me.
Exactly, that BS.
Ugh.
But she mentioned something that I thought was so funny, and what she mentioned was like, oh, you know, the family going clown me or something like that when it came to like eating healthy because we're plant-based. And so that's true. Like I always get some type of like, you know,
Pushback.
little pushback or joke or, you know, something when it comes to like how I eat and stuff. And so she was really concerned about like the family talking mess about like what you eat. And so I had to really just tell her,
Wow.
like, girl, the family could laugh all they want, but I look good and feel good 365 a day, like a year. Like, I don't care what anybody says
About what I'm eating.
my lifestyle.
Right.
I look good and I feel good every single day. That's the most important thing to me. And so,
So she was really caught up in the fact
Caught
that
up-
the
yeah.
family would have something to say if
Yeah.
she decided to go and eat a little bit healthier.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's interesting because she cooks. She could cook and she cooks healthily. She was showing us pictures and everything.
Absolutely.
But when it came time for like the holiday, they all looking at us and questioning this, what y'all eat? What y'all eat? And here go my mom. We ain't having none of that healthy stuff over here. Like, you know how black people do when they come to like quote unquote veganism or plant-based or, you know, vegetables.
Don't eat the vegetables.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's just, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I brought that up because it was funny because I felt like, again, the old,
There's no
old
need
belief
to be
old
like,
belief systems,
Yeah, but
you
there's
know?
no. I'm glad that she's the oldest sister, so she's breaking through some things too, which is pretty dope.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah. I appreciate her.
Yeah,
Real.
me too. And she's always like supported me. She's always been like one of my number one supporters. So I appreciate her for that too, because when it comes to your family and it comes to like making changes, you need that person. You need support. Like if you don't, it's very easy to slip back into old unhealthy habits. The ones that you know good and well ain't serving you no more.
Period. And I'm gonna go completely left field. Bob
Yes.
Saget, America's
Oh my
favorite dad.
gosh, y'all.
Isn't that crazy?
was so
Full
sweet.
House.
I know, that
he
is
was young.
crazy.
He was very young. He's like my dad's age.
I know. Now, like,
Okay.
do we know how he passed?
No. See, I didn't get to that part. You know what I'm saying? I don't say it like in the media that long, but I just saw like that.
Yeah,
Like
no.
wow, Bob Saget passed.
But you know what caught our attention with that was, and I don't even know how true this is or not, but he he was a comedian. So he had posted a tweet talking about how he
Was getting the jab like
got the jab
5
with a
to
booster
6
5 to 6
times
times a
a
day.
day,
He feels
yeah.
totally fine. I feel like he was probably being funny. I don't know. I have no idea. But
that was a tweet.
the media was taking that tweet and then, you know, going ham with it, like
Right.
making all types of assumptions. You know what I'm saying? Which is very unfortunate. But
Rest in power to him.
rest in power to
All right,
Bob
Bob
Saget.
Saget.
Like, I actually enjoyed him as a comedian on
Yeah,
TV
he was
back
cool.
in the day.
And then, okay, totally left field. Did y'all hear about China and the sun, the new sun? This technology that they have,
Right.
that they are able to turn night into day, like the sun is.
Has anybody
actually-
else
Has
has
anybody
come across
heard
that?
about
The artificial
China's
sun?
artificial sun?
Okay.
Wow. Wow.
We the only ones surprised? Do we live
Wow.
under a rock? Like, this is not crazy? I feel like, what the heck?
That's all I'm
What
gonna
happens
say
if
on
the
that.
sun breaks? Like, cause it's technology. What if something goes
What?
wrong while it's in the
Right.
air? Like, it's supposed to be hotter than the natural sun? Like,
Right.
what?
So if it
And
goes
if it's in
left,
China, if it's in China, where do I need to be? Do I need to be? What part of the world do I need to be?
do
Just
I need
in
to
case?
dig a hole?
Like, just in case, where do we
And
need
get
to
in
go?
there.
Because
I think it's cool. I mean, what they're saying is like it's for renewable energy. Perfect, great.
Okay.
But my biggest concern, like you said, if it goes left,
like
is this something that's going to affect the entire world with all of that energy?
And if it's a part of the world that's not going to be affected, which part is that? I need to know.
Right, I need to know too. Far away.
Right.
But yeah, so that was very interesting. I haven't, like I said, dove into it too much, but again, it was just kind of going across YouTube and other social media platforms.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. So I decided to look into it. But I thought that was very interesting.
But you know what? That left field is bringing me into another beautiful tangent because my mom asked a question, right? This was so freaking funny, yo. She gonna ask, if y'all know the world was ending tomorrow, what would y'all do? Okay, so my sister said, I'm gonna keep doing the same thing I'm doing right now, right? Mommy, you said, I'm gonna smoke a joint. And mommy said, I'm gonna be praying hard as hell.
Okay, and that was the thing that I was like, why would you do that?
If you already know, we had already prayed, like
right.
Well,
but if you are already going, you're in the institution as far as the church, and right,
institution.
As far as the church,
you're not gonna call the church an institution. 2022. You know what? I know we all been out of church for about 2, 3, 4. How many people? I don't know when the last time anybody been to church in here, but.
Probably gonna get a little flack for that, but
institution.
But it's all. I mean, to each his own. Okay, I just have my own opinions. I got my own opinions. Don't bog me down. Okay, because at the end of the day,
ain't nobody judging you. I ain't been to church in a minute. I'm not ever going back to church. I'm not afraid to say that.
Well, that brought us up to anyway.
I got a witness. I got a couple witnesses.
Come on, man. Come on. We gonna be at the studio on Sunday. Okay. Man, so yeah, so she said
early and on time.
You said early and on time. I can't. But she did ask that question because she did. Because I was like, well, why are you praying if you already are guaranteed a spot in your heaven? Why would you pray if you already
that part right there? You already did everything according to the Bible.
You're good.
According to
yes.
What's it called? I don't even.
What are you trying to say? According
to
the
commandments. Girl, I forgot even what that was. I'm like, do that even exist anymore?
Yeah.
The 10 Commandments? Okay, yeah. So that's true. Like if you already are,
you're on that you're on that path, you're moving in the direction of you shouldn't if it ends tomorrow, why are you praying?
Right. And that's again the limiting beliefs and the old paradigms and just she ain't the only one. That's just how humans operate. There's so many different systems out here when it comes to like religion and just whatever. It's all of it it's just different systems. And so if that system works for you in your reality, then so be it. You know what I'm saying? Can't knock you on it, but if it doesn't, then that's okay too. You know what I'm saying? Like get off of it. And so when it comes to like the church and the religion and all of that, again, systems. And if it resonates with you, if it works for you, hey, take it and run with it.
Well, I remember we had a conversation on the reason why like a lot of people as far as like the church scene, it's like, when we look at our families and, we see like what's going on in the behaviors and things like that. It's like, why would I want to go? It's still like, why would I want to go?
Exactly.
There's still a lot of like back talking, a lot of crazy things that are happening. Yeah.
Straight heathens.
Heathens.
Like when the stories that my mother, again, my mom is the plug. When I say the tea, she got the tea. She got the tea. But the way that she was talking about, just
certain things,
it really was. I wasn't surprised at all because what she expressed is what exactly is being taught in that book. Mm-hmm. Okay. And when I say taught, I mean like envy, jealousy. They mention those words. They like. God is a jealous God, quote unquote, things like that. And people really be embodying that concept and really be expressing jealousy towards one of us.
Putting
like
them
God
in
is a human.
Yeah, like God is a human.
Like God is a human. It's very interesting, that concept.
Yes.
But you know what? That's neither here nor there. We don't even got enough time to even go there. So we're not even finna go on a tangent
That's
that way.
Another topic, though. That's a great topic, though.
Oh, yes, it is. And we,
Huh?
Yeah, that's. I'm in a place in my life where it's like I'm not offended. I can't be offended. So I'm gonna speak my truth, And if it offends you, that's just an indication that you got some work to do.
Right.
And that's a beautiful indication. Because if you got work to do, that means you got growth You know what I'm saying? If you grow, that means abundance and liberation. That's awesome. You know what I'm saying? I always want to be growing. I don't ever want to stop growing. I don't ever want to stop learning.
And it's never too late to grow. Like if you're set in your ways, get unset in your ways. Like continue to learn, continue to grow. You know, that's how you're able to like get rid of these limiting beliefs, everything, like bring in some new concepts into your life, you know, just try those out. So
I don't think anybody who is set in their ways are even tuned into the show.
Oh,
like they're not even a part of the
Absolutely
reality, because if they're not, you know what I'm saying? It's only for like only the people who are wanting to grow and are open to receiving are going to get like blessed with this podcast or with this show, this platform,
right?
You know what I'm saying, with other creatives that are bringing this to the table. Facts. You know what I'm saying, because we call these things in for ourselves. So yeah, if you're stuck in your way, you sleep. You know,
you are heavily sleep.
You sleep.
Yeah, because I want to continue to grow and continue to learn. Period. Like that's what I want to do. That's where the growth is. Period for me.
That's what it is.
So I don't ever want to stop. The moment I stop learning, the moment I say I'm set in my ways, like yeah, go ahead and put me in a straitjacket.
Exactly.
Right.
Straight jacket.
Call the people. Call the people.
Come and get you.
Yeah. This is. I don't want my growth to be stunted. No, not gonna have it.
Right.
So we continue going on with our concepts and what we do, the things that works for us, and then we're actually delivering it to the people for them to try, like the AAOC.
Yeah.
I'm down for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Run them through that real quick. That's the
AAOC.
Yeah.
All right.
So if you're ever in a situation, let's give them an analogy or something.
Go ahead.
I don't have a situation.
Oh. So the AAOC is a tool or a technique that we love to use to help us move through like the heavier energies, right? Those heavy emotions and feelings.
Right.
Quicker. Because like I said, all of us are on a journey. All of us are growing and evolving and healing, right? And so there's things that are coming up for us that feel painful. But we got to move through that pain in order to grow and evolve so that we can learn, right?
Well, we can actually use the Christmas event with the AOC as well, because there's some moments where we had to actually stop and be aware and not allow our emotions to get the best of us. So we can actually use that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So this technique is called the 4 Pillars of Alchemy. This is our signature technique that we love to use. The first A is for awareness. The second A is for acknowledgement. The O is for observation. And then the C is for choice. Okay.
Right.
And so whenever you are wanting to move through a situation or an experience, a conversation, whatever, right? You want to evolve or you want to change something. These are the 4 pillars to implement to do so. And so we'll give you an example. Okay. We had to use the AAOC.
It's used every day, but
it's used every day, honestly. But what example did you want to give?
Like being at the Christmas party.
Though?
So
specific, because I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Let's say like we were outside, all of us on the back porch, right? And there was a particular event that had happened or took place, and I don't want to really mention it too much here, but I was hoping that you would pick it up.
Okay.
Why
would you choose that one then?
Well, that's the only one that really, really stood out.
Okay.
Because but we can find something else though too.
Yeah, because if you don't want to give the tea on what actually happened, it's gonna be kind of hard for me to articulate because I gives the tea. You be doing this all the time.
I do.
Let me see. Okay, so the AAOC. Let me see. I'm trying to think of an example here. You know what? I'm gonna use you and I.
Okay.
Whenever Jade is growing through something, because we all grow through things, and she is expressing agitation or irritation or frustration, because that's what happens when you are triggered or you're moved. Sometimes you're going to express those things because the energy is coming up to be released, right? If she is in that moment where she's growing through a challenge and she's just expressing her own energies, and I feel it and I feel some type of way, right? I use the AAOC to help me transmute my energy, what I'm feeling, right? So I don't want to be irritated as well. And so what I do is I become aware of the fact that there's something going on. Like I'm aware that I feel some type of way. That's the first thing. I'm going to become aware that I feel some type of way towards you, okay? Then I'm going to acknowledge my part in that outcome. I'm going to acknowledge why I feel some type of way. And
I'm also,
let me just because I don't want to lose my thought.
Go ahead.
I'm going to acknowledge why I feel some type of way, but I'm also going to acknowledge my part in that experience, right? So did I hold space for her? Did we have a conversation? Did I say something to trigger her for her to express that energy? That's the acknowledgement piece. The acknowledgement piece is acknowledging your hand in that experience that you feel some type of way in, right? Then the next thing is observation. I'm going to observe myself and all other factors with emotional intelligence. So I'm going to take my emotions out of it, and I'm actually just going to run through the situation step by step. Like what actually took place, what happened, why, okay, right? Gain clarity on that. And then the C is choice. I now, with all that information, because we all have the answers. It just takes a minute to think about it, right? Once I have all the information, now I can make a choice to move in a different direction. So this is where the question comes, how do I want to feel?
Yes.
What do I want to experience in this moment, right? And it's simple, I just simply state, or in my head, just make the choice to feel better. And
that's it.
And that choice is followed by an aligned action. So if I'm making the choice to, I realize that she was triggered, and she's actually, moving through some old energy that was stemmed from you and your mom.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I have that awareness now. So I don't feel no type of way no more because I have more clarity on like the situation. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to choose to feel better. How am I going to choose to feel better? Okay, well, I'm going to go sit outside for 5 minutes and like read a book. I'm going to give her some space. And then we're going to come back and we're going to talk about it. And that's the AAOC. It's very simple, very easy, and highly effective. Okay. Mm-hmm. A lot of the times, y'all, people respond and react off of the nervous system. Okay. The nervous system in your body responds and reacts to ways that it was conditioned in.
Habitual.
So even though you're on a journey to healing, think about how long you've been operating in the conditioning versus how long you've been operating in the liberation. Right. It's a big difference. And so you got to give yourself grace and time. You got to know that, you're going to feel things. You're going to experience things. It's normal. This is part of the process. And that's just what it is. We love this question for us just as a couple. What are the facts?
What are the facts?
What are the facts?
At the end of the day,
because when you get to a point where you're going nowhere fast, and it's just going nowhere fast, at the end of the day, you just drop that question like, what are the facts? What are the facts? The facts is that you're my best friend.
Right.
The facts is that I would rather be laughing with you right now. The facts is that I actually love you unconditionally. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we just state all the facts. And that's another really good catalyst for us to shift energy.
That's
and
a big one.
Feel better. Mm-hmm. Like, feel better quickly. Mm-hmm. Now, some OTGs, opportunities to grow, they do take longer than others. You're not going to always get through.
Those are those deep-rooted ones.
Yeah. You're not going to always get through something like super quick. But then you will have opportunities to get through some things super quick too. It just depends on where you are in your journey. Mm-hmm. But yeah, was that clear? Y'all got that? Like, was that hard to grasp? Was that easy to grasp? Right?
Yeah,
it's a very simple, easy concept.
And it helps though.
It really
so
does.
Much.
It really does. It really does. Non-traditional therapy is what I highly recommend and invite everybody to experience if you haven't yet. Everybody don't align with a psychiatrist or going to a clinic or something like that. But there are other beautiful forms of non-traditional therapy that could save your life.
Right.
It saves my life every day. Mm-hmm. So non-traditional forms of therapy can look like masterminds or can look like therapeutic touch, massage therapy, which is what we provide. It can look like, getting with a mentor or a coach or, something like that. Hell, a YouTube video or a podcast, a book. Okay. There's so many different forms of non-traditional therapy. Somebody that you can confide in, that you can talk to, that can hold space, that you can hold space for each other. Those are other forms of non-traditional therapy. And I feel like, all people, especially people of color though, like it's important to sit with someone else with some type of other expertise to just like tell your story to.
That's
so that
it.
you can tell your story and they can tell you your story back and you can hear it. And you can hear the things that no longer resonate with you. You can hear the things that no longer serve you. And then you will be able to see your options. Because a lot of times we feel like we have only one option.
Yes.
We feel like it's only this one way to go about a situation or an experience. And it's like a lot of times we be looking at the crumbs when it's a whole big old cookie. We look at the crumbs and one crumb at that. So when you put yourself in a non-traditional therapy container and you're sitting with someone, you know, that you feel safe with, you're able to see the bigger picture. You're able to see more options. You're able to see more possible solutions, right?
Perspective shifting.
I'm telling you, that's my niche right there, perspective shifting.
You're very good at it because, like I said, like you were talking about, people look at the crumb and not the whole picture. And that's what I told you, like, before, like being here, like just in this world operating, everybody would see the same thing that I'm seeing. So there was no questioning about it. So it's like, it's this way. That's it. There ain't no other way. And then, you know, here you come. It's like, no, look at it in this light. Look at it like this. And it's like, wow, I didn't even know that option was there. Right. You know what I'm saying? So it really, really just helps to actually put yourself in the midst of, you know, these containers like this, non-traditional therapy for sure.
Yeah.
So you helped out a lot with that.
Yeah. And speaking of non-traditional therapy, you guys, we will be hosting our very first live mastermind experience. It is going to be Time is of the Essence.
Man.
Okay, we are talking about all things time and how to become one with it, because yes, time is real. However, it does not flow the way that it's been taught. Okay, time is not linear. So a lot of times we get caught up in time feeling like, you know, we don't have enough, or we're trying to aspire to be something, or running out of, or you know what I'm saying? Like there's an imbalance with time here. And we just keep creating undesirable cycles of, you know, just
the same
crap when it comes to time. And so we're diving in deep with that. It's going to be an open conversation where I get to shift perspectives, okay, in a group like coaching setting.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited for this because this is our first one. And we're going to have one every single month. But this is our very first one. And pre-sale tickets are... They on live now. They're $45.
They gone live, yeah.
Pre-sale will be over on Friday, and the tickets will be going back to their regular price at $222. Okay, and so 9 live spots available. 2 of those tickets are already gone. So if you want to sit with me live and just share conversations and shift some of your perspectives to get to the root of some of your
I love this.
Then I would love for you to join us. And then if you're not able to be with us live, you can be with us virtually. Again, the tickets are on pre-sale for $44. Grab your ticket if you are feeling called to non-traditional therapy, if you would like to sit in the midst of my energy and have these types of conversations, okay? Because I'm here for transformation.
Yes.
I'm going to change your life.
Right.
Like,
Facts.
I will.
Facts.
I'm committed to that.
Yeah. And it's going to be a great conversation.
It's going to be so much fun.
I cannot wait because I just enjoy listening to other people's perspectives because it really helps, man. I'm telling you.
It does.
Just to not look at things just like with blinders on, you know, it's just now the whole picture is like, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, I could have options.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to give this to you guys too. So whenever a problem comes to your door, right? Whenever a problem arises to your doorstep, because you know problems love coming to my doorstep, child. I'm like, what? Okay, another one? I didn't have like 3 today. One. But the reason why the problems come to your door is because of 2 reasons. Okay, either you yourself are the solution to the problem, or you have access to the solution. That's the only reason why problems come to you. Okay. It's a purpose in that. It's coming to you for a reason. All right. So when we have this awareness that we are the solution or we have access to the solution, we can look at the problem differently. It's not our problem.
Right.
It's just a problem.
Right.
Okay. And problems need to be solved. Solutions cannot exist without a problem.
Right.
Problems can't exist without solutions. Okay. So it's all a part of the human experience.
Right.
Problems, pain, okay, triggers, all of that, all lower vibrational things, higher vibrational things, evil, goodness, dark, all of it is required. All of it must coexist together. And I think that concepts like that are liberating, okay? Like I live such a better life knowing that. Because now I'm not irritated when a problem comes to my door. I'm empowered.
Right.
I'm like, ooh,
bust through it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm finna bust through it down. Let me put my 6-inch heels on.
Right.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm empowered now with problems as opposed to intimidated or triggered or agitated or irritated, you know? So yeah. Anything else?
That was well said. You did a great job. Yeah. Hand claps all the way around. Yes.
Thank you.
That was very, very good.
Yes. Okay. Awesome. All right. So we got like, a couple more minutes left.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to share?
Birthdays, anything coming up? Nope. I don't have a birthday.
Birthdays?
Celebrations.
Oh my gosh. See?
Yes.
See, this why why you my partner. This is why you my purpose mate. Okay. So y'all ready for this tea? This is the best thing ever. Jam, you ready for this? Y'all, Sound Mind and Body Wellness, SMBW, has a home.
So
Come
happy.
on, let's get it. Oh my gosh, we got a location, you guys.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Long time coming.
It
It actually was quick. I'm not even gonna lie.
It wasn't a long time coming, girl.
Right, it was
Stop.
quick.
But it felt like it was a long time coming. Like my best friend, she said, you know what, girl? It felt like it's been a long ass day. The last 3 years, it's been a long ass day. And that's facts. And so for us to be here now is truly a blessing because, you know, we started this company, y'all, 3 days before the announcement of quarantine. Who does that? We did that, but we didn't know it. We didn't plan it. And so we were shut down for 6 months, reopened and just continued to expand.
Didn't give up.
You know, we did not give up.
There was times.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
The white towel was fitting to be thrown down. Oh God, I can't do this no more.
I'm fit to go back to work.
Then I thought, I never had a job. I never worked for corporate. I can't see me going back now. So let me just get it together, girl.
Smack some sense into you.
And so we signed the lease, y'all, on Sunday, and we are in the beginning phases of our build out. Okay, who am I? Right? So we're excited because, you know, we've been working towards this for a minute, and our beautiful clients have really been like holding us down. They've really been putting us on. And we here. We taking over for the 99 and 2000s. Like,
hey, yo,
period.
guess what, guys? We didn't even really look for this one.
We didn't look really.
At all.
We didn't look at all.
We was just continuing to doing what we do, and then next thing you know,
boom, it's here. So that's the biggest celebration. We are gonna have a grand opening. We are shooting
TBA.
for TBA sometime in February. But y'all, I'm so happy for that. Yay.
Yeah, that's exciting.
That's a
huge one.
That's a huge one. Yeah. And that's it. So y'all, I think we good. Like, okay, I keep looking at the clock. You know, time. Here we go again with time.
Right.
Don't look at the clock, right?
You wasn't looking over there. So you guys, you all know what it is. So make sure that you catch us on YouTube. Yeah. All right. Make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. Okay. So that you know that we're coming on. Follow us on Instagram and download the app at the Google Store Google Store, Google Play, or Apple Store.
You merged them together. I like that.
Sure
you
did.
I'm gonna get it all together
I
at
said
once.
I was gonna get it all together at once. But y'all know where to find us. Okay. So first of all, begin the day with love.
Fill the day with love.
End the day with love. Peace. Holy.
You're listening to Power Plug Radio. Home of your throwback jams.
Nigga, the cards in my hand. Tryna stack all these M's. All of my idols is friends. Came to the fight with some Tims. Will I lit up? It depends. Been through the struggle, I don't run from trouble, no breaking. I just wanna bend. Won't be defeated, I'm hella conceited. I ride on that beat like a band. I am the one from the stories that got you excited. Rhythmic flow is ignited. I was so easy for her to recite it. Can do this shit while I'm asleep cause I write it. Watch all these niggas be so quick to bite it. I let them in, but they'll never be quiet. Imitation is just inspiration. If you feel like taking, just be sure that you cite it. I'm a trippy nigga with a different aura. I admit the vision had to start with the supporters. Had a premonition, had to get the shit in order. And I'm finna take it off, go all with supporters. I been counted out for too damn long. Like I couldn't take the crown with 2 damn songs. All up in the booth with no home training. Picking me a count of 2 damn songs. Yeah. Niggas be playing, yeah. Industry games, yeah. Rapping, but they not in love with it. Think it's a shame, yeah. I'm about to pop on some other shit. Think it's a game. They don't control where I land. I'm fresh in the bitch and you know that. Don't take my body to show that. Get in the booth, I'm the truth, I get loose, I don't hold back. Fucking the game, they the same, need to hold back. Trading they lyrics and shit, I ain't for that. Don't need a scam with the plan of the fuck on they mayo, want more that. I'm the antithesis, making them wish that it was just a phase. Now they pray for the show back, still that. Kill 'em with kindness and sound. Know I'm the tightest around. Head in the cumulus, feet on the ground. They say that I'm gifted, well spoken in brown. Don't need a Birkin, need diamonds and mouth. Too much to ask a rap queen of the south. My shit is imported, they shopping their routes. No squares is a teaser, I'm making my rounds. Niggas watching me, they be flocking. They say they tryna slide with me, yeah. I can hear the snakes, they hissing, tryna break my mission. Cause I know I'm about to be. I just tell them, tell them, wait. I got too much on my plate, and I know that I'm a sight to see, yeah. I can make it so efficient.